Namaste and welcome to today's Kids Yoga Meets Astrology. And the end of this week brought two additional changes in the astrology world. And one of them is a major change. I'm going to save that one. Has to do with the planet Pluto. See, here's Pluto. But the first one I want to talk about is the planet Mars energy. And I have Mars, and I have my nice little crab here. And the crab is representing the water sign of Cancer. It's the zodiac Cancer sign. And the planet Mars changed signs. Now, the planet Mars and all the planets change signs just at different times. And Mars usually changes every 3 months. But Mars sat in the sign of Gemini for 7 months. That's a very long time. And so during that time frame, it might have affected a lot of your thoughts, a lot of your actions. You might have been very quick to say things. You might have been very quick to do things and do things one way or to change your mind to another way. That's kind of the Gemini energy. They're very fast because it's an air sign. Now, what's happened is Mars this week went into the Cancer sign. Now, Cancer is a lot more emotional. It's what's known as a water sign. And so now you're going to be dealing with your feelings in regards to what you might have said or you might have done during the past 7 months. And so kind of that saying where things might come back to haunt you. If some of the things you said perhaps were too quick, you didn't think about what you said, or the actions you took were, whoops, maybe I shouldn't have done that action. You might be backpedaling it a little bit. But what's a great thing about the sign of Cancer is all about the family. It's all about taking care of the family and home front. It is all about the security and trust of your home life and family. So it's a beautiful time for you to show your children how much they mean to you. It's a wonderful time to express to all the people that are close to your heart how much you love them and appreciate them. It's a time that you want your children to trust that they are safe with you, their feelings are safe, they can express them to you. So those are all the positives of the zodiac sign of Cancer. Now let's talk about the biggie. This one has been coming. And you've heard many New Age people and astrologists probably talking about the Pluto. Pluto has just officially changed signs after 300 plus years. Pluto takes a lot longer to change signs because it is the furthest planet. You've heard of the Pluto return. We've talked about it in previous shows that I've put on. And it's been a while coming because it moves so slow. But the United States is experiencing this Pluto return very heavily because the United States has not had a Pluto return since the United States was formed back in 1776. And 1777 was the last time Pluto was in this sign. And so the sign it just fell into, or it just crossed into, was the sign of Aquarius, and it's where it's going to stay for a long time. And so Aquarius signs bring a lot of change for the whole, for the community, or what's known as the collective. And so we are going to see a lot of change moving forward, but maybe not necessarily as quickly as you think. And maybe it will be very quick. It just depends. There's going to be a lot of change. Obviously, we've seen it already in our finances and banking systems. We have already seen it in governments. We've seen it in other countries as well as our own here in the United States. We've seen it with political figures. There has basically been change happening in the past 2 to 3 years, kind of everywhere leading up to this. And that change is probably more than likely going to continue. And so put on your seatbelts and get ready for change. Most people don't like change, but it is a part of why we're here on this earth, to learn, to grow. And you really do not grow unless you experience change. So your children right now are going to be a part of that change. And as I like to say, I've toyed that phrase from day one of creating this company, Kids Yoga Meets Astrology, that the children of today are the healers of tomorrow. I really believe that in my heart. I am seeing that with the children being born today versus the children I taught 25 years ago, 20 years ago. They are healers from the start. And so what I want to share lastly with you with all these changes this week is take a breath, close your eyes, think back to when you were a child, think back to what life was like back then. I know when I think back to when I was a child, I think like many parents and many grandparents my age that, oh, life was so simple then, so simple before cell phones, and so simple before the computers, and we could play outside all day long into the night, and so many things were so very different. But there's been a lot of great changes too, as well, during that time period. So I want you to take a few minutes to think back. And you can even do this with your older children, the teens, to have them think back 5 years ago. Have them think back 10 years ago. See how far back their memory goes and see how much has changed for them since that time. Hold on, buckle up, get ready for change. Namaste. Have a great yoga day.